Today, we're going to be learning about some of the exponent properties. And since I'm not here to teach these to you, I'm hoping this video will help until I get back. So the first property that we're going to learn about, I'm going to go in order on this note catcher sheet, is called the product of powers property. Note the word product. We know product means you are multiplying numbers. And this product or this exponent property states that when you are multiplying powers with the same base, you are going to add exponents. So if you look at the first example, we have 4 to the third power being multiplied by 4 to the fifth power. This property states that because we have a base of 4 on the first one and a base of 4 on the second one, same base, we are allowed to add the exponents. So you will notice that we add the 3 plus 5, and we get that is equal to 4 to the eighth power, which we know that we can actually simplify using a calculator. But for now, we're going to leave it in exponential notation. The same rule applies when you are multiplying when you're multiplying variables. So if you look at the second example, we have h to the second power multiplied by h to the seventh power. Because this first one is an h and the second one is also an h, which is the same variable, we are allowed to add the exponents. So the simplified version of that expression is h to the ninth power. So now we're going to try a couple of examples together. Please do these on your paper while I go through them. So the first example is 2 to the second times 2 to the third times 2 to the fourth power. Once again, we are multiplying, and if you're multiplying and your base is the same, you are allowed to add the exponents. So the final simplified version of this would actually be 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 2 to the ninth power. Okay? If you have variables, you follow the same rule. If they have the same base and you are multiplying, you are allowed to add the exponents. Now notice this m doesn't technically have an exponent, but even though you can't see it, technically there is a 1 there. Okay? Now I can't add the exponents with this one because the base is k. So I'm only going to be allowed to add the 4 and the 1. There's nothing I can add with that k. So my final simplified version would be m to the fourth times k to the fifth power. Okay, let's do one more. This last one has numbers and variables. We have 5 to the third times x to the third times 5 to the second times x to the sixth. So on this one, I know that I can add the exponents of these two because I'm multiplying and they both have a base of 5, and I can add the exponents of these two because they both have a base of x and we are multiplying. So my final answer would be, this one is going to become 5 to the fifth power because I added the 3 and the 2 times x to the 3 plus 6, which is the ninth power. If I want to, I could go ahead with the calculator and figure out what is 5 to the fifth power. And so if I use my calculator to do that, I'm going to get 3,125. So technically, if I'm asked to leave my answer in exponential notation, this would be the answer. If I'm asked to evaluate all the way to the final version of the answer, I would get 3,125 times x to the ninth power.